welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a little get ready with me, first impressions, testing new makeup. Have a bunch of new things here from my last shop with me at Ulta that I did. If you have not seen that, I will link it down below. And I also have some things that I got sent to me in PR. So it's like quite a mix of some drugstore, some high-end, and I also have some stuff from Frankie Rose Cosmetics, which I've never tried before. At least I don't think so. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm gonna do, I think, something super basic as far as like the eyes, because I really want to play with this hot pink lip today. So that's the vibe that we're going with. At least that's what I think, but hopefully it turns out good. We'll see. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. As always, don't forget to grab a snack and let's get started. Alrighty, so I'm going to be using the Sun's Blazing palette from Flower Beauty. I actually haven't been super impressed with these eyeshadow palettes. They have like a purple scheme one that I played with a few weeks back, and I just wasn't what I expected. Like, I wasn't super impressed with it. But today we're going to test this out and see what happens. I already have my lids primed and everything, and I just used my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer, which is my favorite at the moment. So I am going to go in with this shade right here. The only thing that I've done with these colors is just like swatch them. So we'll see. But I'm going to take that. I'm going to be applying that right in the crease. See how this goes. What is this yellow? Let me switch makeup brushes. Hold on. Let me use a classic. This is the Nyx Blending Brush. Oh no, I don't like this yellow. It's very powdery. It just seems very dry. And I primed my lids and I didn't even set them at all. Like, I just primed. It's not like a mustard yellow. Like, typically a lot of yellows are very like warm, whereas this one I feel like is very powdery and very like kind of like a lime green yellow. Does that make sense? I really love Flower Beauty's eyeshadow palette. They have like a warm tone one that is so stunning, but lately I feel like, I don't know, their new ones, I don't know if the formula has changed, but they are just not comparable to the original one that they have. Like, this yellow is not really a great color. I'm gonna just build it up as much as I can. But like, wow, it's very, very like powdery and just not really what I expected. Like, in the pan, I feel like it looks a lot more like yellow, and then when you put it on, it's like, It's super powdery. Like, you can see it's just falling everywhere. I really wanted it to be a good color, and it's not. It's okay. Let's just keep it going. I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is like this really beautiful, sort of like bronzy, kind of like a trophy wife in a way. It kind of reminds me of it. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. Definitely is not like a trophy wife dupe. It's a lot less intense. Like, trophy wife is so glittery, so delicious. I love that. You guys know it's probably one of my all-time favorite high-end highlighters because it's so different. And there are a few like dupes, but I still feel like trophy wife is like the most like glittery, the most intense, the prettiest ever. But I mean, this could be a good, maybe subtle version of that, but it's definitely not as intense. I feel like that kind of helped a little bit because this yellow that we have going on in the crease, it's not really all that great. But today's eye look is going to be super simple because I really want to play with this lip paint from Fenty, and this is like hot bright pink, so I want to keep the eyes like kind of simple, but kind of, you know, with a little bit of a pop. Okay, and I have here this Frankie Rose Cosmetics Limitless Waterproof Gel Liner. So I'm going to be doing my wing today. I typically don't use a lot of gel liners, but this looks super black. It just comes in a little pot, just very traditional, just like a regular gel liner. So I'm going to just use a traditional eyeliner brush. This one I got from Amazon in a brush set, but e.l.f. also has a good one, and I'm going to just dip in here and do a little wing. Well, it's probably going to be a big wing, but it's very creamy, which I feel like most gel liners are, but some of them can be a little bit too like thick, but this one has a really nice consistency. I love how black it is. Like that was super easy to work with and it just like glided on. So I like that. For lashes, I'm gonna go in with these new Eyelure Luxe Cashmere lashes. Hopefully they'll look good. I always like to like place them on my eyes first to see if I'm gonna like them. And I don't know if I'm gonna like these. They look strange. Maybe I just look strange because this whole eye look is like different. Okay, let's just go with it. That's what this video is about. It's about testing new makeup. So I'm gonna just pop these on and then I'll be right back and we'll jump into the skin. Okay, lashes are on and I don't know how I feel about them. They're pretty, they're really fluffy, super lightweight. They were actually very easy to apply because the band is like very seamless. But the lashes were $15 and that's a lot more expensive versus other drugstore and affordable lashes and versus other Eyelure lashes in general. So like, I don't know if I would go out and like repurchase these because I'm not like obsessed with them. Anyways, I do want to mention that I also did make the liner a little bit thicker and I absolutely love this Frankie Rose gel liner. It is so black, so easy to work with, and I feel like it was just very easy to create this wing. Normally, whenever I'm using liquid liner and I try to make my wings thicker, it turns out being and looking like a disaster. So this I really, really like so far. So I actually have two different primers. So the first one is the Makeup Revolution Star Primer. This is their water gel primer and it just looks like this. I actually found this at Ulta and it looks very pretty. The packaging is like very, very like high-end, luxurious. It comes with a pump. And then I also do have this Essence Primeplus Studio Mattifying and Pore Minimizing Primer with black clay. So this is like a black primer. I'm gonna use both of these. I'm gonna use the mattifying one on my T-zone area, and then I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution one on the rest of my face because I do have a combo skin. So, and I also have this Makeup Revolution Glow Revolution Prime Set Glow Illuminating Face and Body Spray. So we're gonna test this out too. I'm going to spray my face kind of like as my primer water and we're gonna see what happens. So always gotta test the spritzer out. It's not working. Oh my gosh, this is not working. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Anastasia Dewy setting spray. I know that this is obviously not a primer water spray, but I always like to spray before and after. I feel like my makeup kind of just like absorbs better into my skin and it just looks better. It smells like coconut. It smells really good. The packaging is kind of like Fix Plus, which I do like. Now we can go in with the other primers. Oh, so this Essence primer is literally like a black primer. I'm gonna just apply this right to my T-zone. Oh my god, that smells so good. It kind of smells like soap, but like it smells really nice. It definitely did like make my skin feel super soft and everything. I don't see anything crazy as far as like filling in the pores, but I mean, we'll see how the foundation wears over top. I'm gonna go in with the other Makeup Revolution Star Primer. Oh, this is like a bright blue. That's really cute. It smells like black licorice. Ugh. Yeah, it definitely smells like black licorice. I hate black licorice, like with a passion. Oh, there's Bernard. He hates it too. So the Makeup Revolution primer didn't really feel necessarily like a water type of primer. It definitely felt like a gel. It kind of felt almost like a gel moisturizer. So not super like watery, but it absorbed into the skin really nicely. So obviously primers are one of those things where I gotta keep using it, but like first impressions, they weren't bad. Now we can jump into the foundation. I have here the Frankie Rose Matte Perfect Foundation, and this one is in the shade Bare. I don't know if this is gonna match me. This was sent to me in PR, so maybe, hopefully they got the match right, but if not, we're gonna make it work. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild beauty sponge because it's just my favorite and I know that it works with literally all of my foundations. This might be a little too light for me. The coverage of this is really, really nice. Definitely did a good job at like evening everything out. Actually, maybe the color isn't bad. Like it might be a tad too light, but it's definitely not like terrible. Youthful. I'm gonna look up some claims on this foundation because I think that covered up really nice and it feels super lightweight. So it says instant coverage, instant confidence, full extended coverage that's silky and lightweight. So it's a long wearing matte finish foundation that will leave you a smooth, flawless complexion. I definitely agree with that. It does feel super, super lightweight. I'm gonna build it up just a little bit just because I'm curious to see how it does build up. But it definitely is super pretty. Like at first I thought it was gonna be a little too light, but I feel like once I blended it out, okay, ew, there's my hair. It just ended up working out really nicely. I would say it's on the matte side, but it's not like uncomfortably matte and it's not drying. Blends in super seamlessly. The only thing that sucks is they don't have a lot of shades. Okay, so I'm on their website trying to figure out where Frankie Rose Cosmetics is sold, and I typed in my postal code and it's not available. So I don't know if it's really available at any drugstores. I think it might just be like online. If any of you guys know, maybe in your area, let me know because I'm not seeing anything on my end. For concealer, I have the Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow Concealer with hyaluronic acid. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's a little bit bigger than their full coverage concealer that they have. Apparently this is like super sheer coverage. I'm pretty sure it's like sheer to medium coverage, but one of you guys told me like the concealer is like awful, like it doesn't offer a lot of coverage at all. So we'll see. Just like my first impression applying it, it feels like it's gonna be a sheer coverage concealer. Like it feels super, super light. Yeah, this is a sheer coverage concealer. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush just to kind of blend in the inner corners. I don't know if it's just because the foundation looks so good, but I don't think the concealer looks bad at all. I'm going to go ahead and set. I don't have a new translucent powder, so I'm going to just use this Frankie Rose Pro Contour Palette, and comes with 2 setting shades, some bronzers, and then 1 highlight. I'm gonna use a mixture of these 2 colors right here. I'm gonna use a Wet n Wild P65 brush. The powder feels a little drying. Definitely isn't super like smoothing. I feel like it's a little chalky. I'm not loving it. Just like right off the bat, like I don't love the powder. Okay, I'm gonna set the rest of my face and I'm just gonna use my Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. Just because I want everything else that I'm gonna use to go on really smooth. So I'm gonna just dust a little bit of this, and I'm using this Colourpop powder brush just to really press everything into the skin. I really have been liking this setting powder. It's really, really nice. It's actually, I don't feel like it's super full coverage. I feel like it's actually very lightweight. And I don't notice that it adds any noticeable full coverage to my face, but it does set my makeup really, really nicely. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set my brows. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. This is in the shade, I cannot see, it's so tiny, dark brown. Comes with a really tiny little spoolie on the end. Packaging looks super cute, very sleek. And I'm gonna just set the brows. A lot of people have been loving this, and I love tinted brow mascara. Wow, this is very pigmented. Okay, I should have never went in with the most product in the inner part of my brow because this is a lot more pigmented than what I imagined. Okay, now for blush and bronzer. I'm actually gonna use this Benefit Cheekleader Bronze Squad palette. I was actually gonna give this away. I'm giving one away, and I was gonna give this one away because I know that I really don't need it, but I really wanted to test it out because a few of you guys were asking me to, so I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll test it out. So it actually looks really, really cute. This retails for $60, which I think is actually not bad considering you do get like these full sizes of 2 bronzers, well, like a blush topper, a highlight, and then a blush in here. So it actually looks like a really, really nice palette. And I have tried Hoola Benefit before, and I really, really like it. It used to be actually one of my favorite bronzers. So today we're gonna kind of play with this and a little bit of caramel, which I did use caramel I think once, but it's a little bit too dark for me at the moment, but we're gonna make it work. So I'm gonna take a little bit of these two bronzers to bronze the skin, and I'm gonna use this BH Cosmetics #2 brush. It's from their Marble collection. I really have been loving these brushes. So I'm gonna just mix the two bronzers and bronze the skin. I feel like these, especially the caramel at least, is gonna be a really nice bronzer for me when I am tanner, because this is really, really dark. But it's like nice. I feel like Benefit has really nice formula as far as their bronzers. They're really, really blendable. I think this palette would be nice if you are tanner. If you are lighter, they actually do have a lighter version of the palette. Looking down, I personally think it's a really good palette. This right here, actually, it comes with a brush, and I don't even know where my brush went. I think it must have fell out. But I heard the brush is good for nose contouring. I really like mixing the two, actually. It creates a really like pretty bronzy tone. Like it's just very like sun-kissed, and I'm all about that look. So I do really actually like that. So if you're thinking about getting this, I think it's pretty. For the blush, I've actually never used Benefit blushes before. I think I might have just used like a little mini one, but I've never had like a full size. So I'm gonna take Coralista, which is a very popular blush from what I've heard, and I'm going to use this Ollie and Olivia stippling brush. This is just from TJ Maxx. This palette's nice. I feel like for my makeup brushes smell good. I feel like the palette is really nice for traveling, because literally you have bronzer, blush, highlight all in one. Like you don't have to worry about having separate things, and it comes with a mirror too. That's a really pretty color. It's like really, really light. Like it definitely gives you a light wash of color. So I've heard really good things about this highlighter in this palette from Benefit in the shade Cookie. So I'm going to test this out today, and then I'm going to top that off with a little bit of Anastasia loose highlighter in So Hollywood. It's pretty. Wow. It's very, very intense. It's so pretty. It definitely is very like nice. I feel like if you're going out, or like you were going to be taking photos, because that's really going to stand out. I really like this palette so far. First impression, this is totally worth 60 bucks. I know that's a lot of money to drop on a palette, but you have to think you have everything in one. It's so convenient, and it's really, really nice, especially that highlight and bronzer. I think those are my two favorites. So I'm going to top a little bit of that off with some So Hollywood highlight from Anastasia. Can we just talk about this packaging? Like, oh, wrong way. It looks so pretty. I feel like this is going to be a little too dark for me at the moment, but again, we're going to make it work. I'm going to use a different brush. This one is from Amazon. It looks like the Anastasia A23, but it's not. Tap off the excess. I normally don't use, wow. That's very intense. I normally don't use loose highlights because they're so messy, but damn, that's pretty. Again, I feel like this shade is going to be a little bit too dark for me right now because I'm not tan at all. So I'm going to do a little bit right here on these collarbones. See, it's like, that's pretty. That's really pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit of this like rose gold peachy shade. I'm gonna pop that in the inner corners. I feel very, very glowy right now, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna spray the brush. Oh, that's a lot darker than what I thought it was gonna be. Doesn't that look like it's gonna be light? Oh my god, this is a little too dark. I don't know if I really want like a copper shade in the inner corner. That's not really the vibe I was going for. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop in a little bit of Cookie from the Benefit highlighter palette. I'm gonna just do a little bit of this yellow again on the lower lashes and just kind of smudge it out. It's probably, yeah, this is not gonna show up. This color is it's a weird shade for sure. It's weird. It's like it shows up, but it's powdery. It's a strange color, but I wish it wasn't because it does look really pretty in the pan. But like when you actually apply it, it's so powdery and it's just like not very impressive. I'm gonna do a little Shockwave neon liner from LA Girl. This one is in Screamin. And then I am gonna coat my lower lashes, and I'm just gonna use some mascara. This one is from Colourpop. It's their volumizing mascara. Okay, so now for lips. I'm not gonna do a nude lip, even though I want to, because you guys know I love me a good nude lip. I was honestly super inspired to even create yellow today because of Fenty's Stunna lip paint in Unlocked, because I feel like bright pink and yellow just look so pretty together. So that's what we're gonna use today, but I am gonna line my lips first. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Color Riche Matte Lip Liner, and this one is in 108. Okay, so this honestly completes the look. What I'm gonna do is just go ahead and set my makeup. I'm gonna use some Dewy Set from Anastasia. Definitely smells like coconut. If you guys are familiar with the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Spray, this smells just like it. Like, it literally just smells like coconut, and I love it. Last but not least, I am going to be using the Fenty Beauty Body Lava. I have been wanting to try these for forever, but I don't know, I've heard mixed reviews about these. These were sent to me in PR, and honestly, anytime I get Fenty sent to me in PR, it blows my mind. So I'm definitely starstruck to have gotten this sent to me. So I'm gonna go in today with the shade Who Needs Clothes, and I mean, it just looks like a stunning, beautiful, delicious rose gold. Like, that's just the best way for me to describe it. I mean, look at that color. This packaging is so stunning. I feel like this would look so pretty on like a vanity or a dresser. This is expensive. This is $60, which is crazy, but we'll see how it works. We'll see. I'm gonna go in with their face and body brush. This one is the 160 brush. I've never used this before, but again, we're gonna test it out. So apparently, I think you just put some right on the chest and then blend it out with the brush. It smells like vanilla. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Okay, so I just have my shirt down like this because I'm gonna wait to see if this body lava dries. So I'm gonna just give you guys a little rundown on the products in the meantime. So right off the bat, let me just say I do not like this Flower Beauty Suns Blazing palette. I feel like this is super disappointing, especially with the price point. It's not a super cheap drugstore palette. So the fact that, I mean, I obviously only used 2-3 shades in here, but the fact that those 2 shades, especially the yellows, weren't that great, kind of makes the palette very like disappointing, because I feel like those are like the prettiest colors in here. So I'm gonna have to pass on this palette. I will test around and play with the other colors in here, but like right off the bat, the yellows are super disappointing. I also wasn't a huge fan of this Pro contour palette. I didn't use the contour shades in here, of course, because, well, these seem a little too warm for contouring, maybe just to bronze, but these shades up here, they just felt very dry, very chalky. Not my favorite, and not for the price point either. So I'm gonna pass on this. The lashes, again, not my favorite, especially for the price. The Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow Concealer definitely is not something that I can see myself using like for a full coverage look. Maybe on a super natural makeup day, because it did blend out really nicely. It was really creamy. It just doesn't have a lot of coverage, which, I mean, it says it. That's what the concealer is. It's supposed to be very natural, very lightweight. So if you're into concealers like this, you would like this. If you like medium to full coverage, this is not gonna be your friend at all. Everything else I pretty much did like. I really did like the foundation. I liked how the primers and everything set on my skin, and I really did like this Dewy Set spray. I really love the lip color so far. The Frankie Rose gel liner is amazing. It is super black, super easy to work with, so that I'm impressed with. The Anastasia Dip Brow Gel, I do like. I definitely recommend being careful with this and starting out with the product like towards the middle and end of the brow, versus me that I just went right towards the inner part of my brows. That was my fault, but just a little fair warning because it is very pigmented. It does feel nice. I like how my brows don't feel like hairspray brows, but we'll see how they wear throughout the rest of the day. But this was nice. And I mean, I do actually really like this body lava. I think it's really pretty. I definitely feel like it does still feel sticky. So if it's gonna remain sticky, I don't know how to feel about that, because I feel like that just feels a little uncomfortable, but it looks gorgeous. Really am obsessed with this highlighter from Anastasia. This is beautiful. Like, this could even be really pretty on the chest, or just to really intensify your glow. I also really love this Cheekleader palette from Benefit. This is stunning, and I just love how you have everything in here. And I mean, this highlight is incredible. Love the bronzers. The blush is really pretty and natural. I didn't use this right here, but I mean, everything else I do really like so far. So I'm just gonna go about my day, and I'll come back in a few hours and I'll let you guys know how everything is wearing. But so far, minus the eyeshadow, to be honest, honest, I'm pretty impressed with everything, and I think everything looks really good. So I'll see you guys in just a few. All right guys, I'm back. It has been several hours since I first did my makeup and since I last checked in with you guys, and this is what the face is looking like right now. I'm looking rough. I definitely need to touch up my makeup. I actually haven't touched anything up. I haven't touched up the face products. I haven't touched up the lip color, and surprisingly, I mean, obviously I really need to blot the forehead, but the lip color, it has faded, and you can see like I have like that butthole lip, but it doesn't look honestly super terrible, at least to me, compared to other bright colors that I've tried, just not just Fenty, but just in general. I feel like this didn't fade completely terribly, and even after I ate, the color was like gone, but it was like still there. Like it wasn't like awful. So I'm really impressed with it. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my lips, which I really like. It feels super lightweight, very comfortable. This is actually kiss proof, which is awesome. So I really do like this lip color. I think it's awesome. It's a great formula. The longevity of it is nice. And I like how, even though it is faded, it hasn't smeared all over the face, and I think it still looks pretty good. So I am in desperate need of a blotting sheet. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna blot. These are my favorite blotting sheets. These are the Palladio rice paper blotting sheets. So I'm gonna just blot the face. And I will say, like, obviously I'm super oily. I started noticing that I was oily, to be honest, probably just like an hour or two after I like finished my makeup and everything, like this video. So that doesn't leave me into like believing that that foundation from Frankie Rose is mattifying at all, and that Essence primer really didn't do a whole lot for me either. Now I did go in with a dewy spray from Anastasia, but I have so many favorite dewy sprays that they keep me nice and dewy and fresh, but they don't make me oily, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different things that could have factored into my makeup today. So obviously I will keep you posted with these products in future videos, but so far what I'm thinking is that it could have been either the primer or the foundation, because like, to be honest, the rest of my face doesn't feel like super oily. Like it looks dewy from the spray, but I don't think the spray is what made me like super oily. I think it was the foundation or the primer. You can see a blotting sheet makes everything all better. It's not like a deal breaker for me. And it is a little bit warmer today versus other days here in PA. So I'm gonna fix my lip color because I feel like I need to, but I really like this. Oh, I wanted to update you guys. So I was talking to my friend PK, and she mentioned that she was watching Jackie Aina, who used the Body Lava before, and she mentioned that if you use too much, that's when the product becomes sticky. So I think I definitely used way too much. It actually doesn't feel as sticky as it did earlier, but it does still feel a little tacky. So just a little FYI, I still think that it looks so pretty though. I'm gonna keep using it, and I'll keep you guys posted on this because it is such a pricey product, but definitely I feel like less is more. A little bit goes a long way. I want to say that I really did like this Frankie Rose foundation. I just don't feel like it holds up really well as far as like the longevity of keeping me matte throughout the day, and I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a lot of shades. I really do like this Dewy setting spray from Anastasia, but I feel like it does give me a similar effect to my e.l.f. Dewy setting mist, which is half the price of this. So I also really did like this Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. This was nice. My brows are still in place. Like I said, it is a lot warmer today versus other days. And I mean, this is holding up really, really nicely on the brows. So this, I like. This was good. My absolute favorite products that I used for today, definitely this Cheekleader palette from Benefit. I think this is awesome. If you were thinking about getting it, I say go for it. Splurge, because it's really, really a great value. And I love the colors in here. I think this is going to be like one of my go-to palettes for every single day or for a more dramatic look. This I really, really like. I also really love this lip paint from Fenty. This is beautiful. The shade is obviously very out of my comfort zone, but it's fun. It's pretty. I like the way that it wears. I like the way that it looks, and it's super comfortable. So I say go for it if you're looking for a really bright shade for summer. And they have a bunch of other colors as well. Absolutely love this loose highlighter from Anastasia. This is beautiful. So I can definitely see myself continuing to use this all over my chest, in my, I was gonna say in my body. Definitely on top of other highlighters as well, just to make them pop a little bit more. So that I love. I'm still really loving this liner. Like, it's still in place, as you can see. So that's good. Yeah, all in all, I'm super impressed with everything that I tried. I think my first impressions from earlier still stand true to what they are now. Also, I do want to mention this concealer I actually don't like. I almost forgot to talk about it, but looking at myself now, this concealer has almost like basically creased a lot and almost faded in certain areas of my under eyes. So definitely is not like a really nice long wearing concealer. I think if you have dry under eyes too, you wouldn't like this, because I feel like it really settles into these fine lines and it just looks a little bit crepey. So I'm gonna have to pass on this concealer. All right guys, so that completes this first impressions get ready with me testing new makeup video. I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, let me know if you've tried any of these makeup products. What are your thoughts? And leave me more video requests down below as well. Drugstore, high-end, let me know what you guys want to see. So thank you for everything. I hope you're doing well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I will see you guys very soon in a few days in my next video.